Hi everybody, welcome back. Today we are going to see a recipe for deriving thermodynamic properties of a system in the Grand Canonical Ensemble. So in the Grand Canonical Ensemble formalism, we see how we can obtain the various thermodynamic properties of the system. The first step is to determine the grand partition function. Okay, the first step in the determination of the thermodynamic properties is the evaluation of the grand partition function, which we saw in the last class as sigma nr equal to 0 to infinity z raised to nr. This z is the fugacity, nr is the number of particles in the system, qnr vt, where nr changes from 0 to infinity. So this is how we calculate the grand partition function, and from the grand partition function we can calculate the Q potential, a very important quantity that we define in the Grand Canonical Ensemble, the Q potential, that is log of the grand partition function, and we saw Q is equal to PV by KT. So PV by KT is the Q potential, that is the log of the grand partition function. So once we have the grand partition function and Q potential with us, the first thing that we can do is we can determine the pressure. Pressure is KT by V Q, okay, KT by V Q, the Q potential, or it is KT by V log of the grand partition function, because we know Q potential is log of the grand partition function. Then the average number of particles in the system, that we know, that is sigma rs nr e to the power minus alpha nr minus beta s over sigma rs e to the power minus alpha nr minus beta s. And this thing is the probability. We know this thing is the probability. So this will be, as we evaluate this, you will get the average number of particles in the system. And this is clearly minus dou by dou alpha, the partial derivative of this, log of this, partial derivative of log of this, log of sigma rs e to the power minus alpha nr beta minus beta s. Okay, when volume and temperature are constants. Anyway, this will be minus dou by dou alpha of log z. Okay, so we can write the average number of particles is minus dou by dou alpha of log z, or minus dou by dou alpha of Q. Log z is Q, okay, the Q potential. So minus dou by dou alpha of Q when V, volume and temperature are fixed. Then we know fugacity is e to the power minus alpha, okay, so log z will be minus alpha. So if I take the differential, 1 by z, since this is log z, if I take differential, it will be 1 by z dou z, that is equal to minus dou alpha. So for minus dou alpha, I can write 1 by z dou z. So here I can write the average number of particles as equal to z. Instead of dou alpha, I am writing 1 by z dou z. So this will be z dou by dou z log of the grand partition function, or this will be z dou by dou z of Q, okay, when V and T are fixed constants. So this is the average number of particles in the system. Another way, so we have two equations in terms of alpha, in terms of z, okay, derivatives with respect to alpha, with respect to z, and with respect to mu that we are going to see. We know z is equal to exponential mu over kt. So if I take log z, it will be mu over kt. So if I take the derivative, partial derivative, so dou z by z, that is equal to dou mu over kt. Okay, so z 1 by z dou z is dou mu over kt. So if I give it here, I will get this as kt dou by dou mu of log grand partition function, or Q. Okay, so n, the average number of particles in the system. We are writing the average number of particles as equal to n itself. Okay, so n, the average number of particles, is kT dou by dou mu of q ZVT, where q is function of ZVT, where v and t are fixed. So this is the equation for n. Now so we have the equation for pressure, now equation for the number of particles, the average number of particles in the system, then the average energy. Average energy is this. Okay, sigma rs Es e to the power minus alpha n or minus beta Es over sigma rs e to the power minus alpha n or by minus beta Es. This is the probability. So this will be the average energy. So this is minus dou by dou beta of log of sigma rs e to the power minus alpha n or minus beta Es, and this we know this is actually the grand partition function. So minus dou by dou beta of log grand partition function, which is minus dou by dou beta of q. Okay, because log z is the q potential. Now this we are writing in another form. We know beta is 1 by kt, so dou beta will be minus 1 by kt square dou t. Okay, dou beta will be minus 1 by kt square dou t. So u is equal to kt square dou by dou t of q ZVT. Okay, u is kt square dou by dou t of q ZVT. So this is another form of obtaining the average energy. Now the Helmholtz free energy. Helmholtz free energy is we know A equal to G minus PV. So G I am writing it as n mu. G is writing I am writing as, we know the Gibbs free energy G is n mu, n times the chemical potential minus PV, and mu is kT log z. Okay, where do we get it? We know here z is e to the power mu over kt, so log z is mu over kt, so mu is kt log z. Okay, mu is kt log z. So G I am writing n kt log z. PV is, we know, kt log of the grand partition function. So this can be written as kt log z to the power n. I am taking n here. So this is minus kt log z grand partition function over z to the power n. Okay, this z and this z, this should not be confused. This is actually the grand partition function and this is the fugacity. Okay, so the Helmholtz free energy is minus kt log of the grand partition function over z fugacity to the power n. So that is Helmholtz free energy. Now we have the expression for entropy. Entropy we know that is U minus A by T, because U is A plus Ts, that we have seen. So this is U by T minus A by T. U we know in terms of this, U is kt square dou by dou T of Q. So that I substitute here. So I will get kt dou Q by dou T. A I am taking from here. I am taking this expression and kt log z minus kt log grand partition function. So grand partition function that is written here. Grand partition function is written, log of the grand partition function is the Q potential. I am writing here. So I get the expression for entropy. We consider the example of classical ideal gas. As we did in the microcanonical and canonical ensemble, we are taking the first example, the simplest example, the classical ideal gas. For the ideal gas, classical ideal gas, we consider an enclosure of volume V, where we have ideal gas molecules. These ideal gas molecules are free to move everywhere inside the volume, and there is no interaction between them. Since there is no interaction between them, the partition function of a system of n particles can be written as q1 vt to the power n over n factorial, where q1 vt is the single particle partition function. You know, this q1 vt can be written in this form only if the particles are non-interacting. So here particles are non-interacting. So this is q1 vt to the power n over n factorial. N factorial, we know it's the Gibbs factor to account for the indistinguishability of the particles. Now since the particles are non-localized and they are free to move everywhere inside the volume, Q1, the single particle partition function, that will be proportional to the volume. Okay, Q1 is actually function of volume and temperature. So since the particle can be anywhere, the Q1 is proportional to the volume. Actually Q1 partition function is calculated by summing over all possible states. Since each position inside the volume is a possible state of the particle, Q1 actually depends on the volume, it's proportional to volume. So Q1 Vt can be written as Vf of t. This is a function of temperature, because we know Q1 is function of volume and temperature. So we are writing Q1 Vt as V times f of t. So our grand partition function, that is actually sigma nr equals 0 to infinity set fugacity to the power nr QNR Vt. QNR Vt is the partition function of nr number of particles. So that is equal to Vf of t. QNR Vt is now, Q1 is Vf of t over nr by nr factorial. So that is written here. Okay, QNR Vt is Vf of t to the power nr over nr factorial. So this is equal to sigma nr equal to 0 to infinity. I am combining Z with this. So Z Vf of t to the power nr over nr factorial. So this is actually the exponential function, the expansion of the exponential function. So this is exponential Z Vf of t. Okay, this is exponential Z Vf of t. Remember the expansion of e to the power x. It is sigma n equal to 0 to infinity and x to the power n over n factorial. So this is exponential Z Vf of t. So Z, I mean the partition function is exponential Z Vf of t. So Q, the Q potential is log of the grand partition function, that is equal to Z Vf of t, because we are taking log of exponential Z Vf of t. So this will be Z Vf of t. So we have found out the grand partition function, and then we have got the Q potential. Once Q potential is with us, we can determine the pressure. Pressure is Kt by Vq. So Kt by V Z Vf of t. Q is Z Vf of t. So that is Z Ktf of t. N, the average number of particles. This is the equation in terms of the partial derivative with respect to Z. So Z dou by dou Z of Q. Okay, Q, we have got Z Vf of t, that's we are plugging in here. So we will get Z Vf of t here. Okay, so that is same as the Q potential. So the average number of particles, the expression is same as the Q potential. So that we have determined. Now we move on to the determination of the average energy, which is dou by dou beta of Q log of the grand partition function, which is Kt square dou by dou t of this. So for Q, I am again giving this Z Vf of t. So I will get, as I partially differentiate this, I will get Kt square Z V f prime of t, function of t. I am partially differentiating with respect to temperature, so that will be f prime of t. So the energy, the average energy is Z V square Z V Kt square f prime of t. Okay, now it is a determination of entropy. Entropy is this Kt dou Q by dou t minus Nk log Z plus Kq. So this is Kt dou Q by dou t is simply Z V f prime of t. Okay, minus Nk log Z plus Kz V f of t. Okay, now what we are going to do is, from this equation 3, I am writing the Z, n is equal to Z Vf of t. So Z is equal to n over Vf of t. So Z is n over Vf of t. So that I am substituting in 1. This is 1. Sorry, that I am substituting in 2. Okay, I am substituting in 2. This is a mistake. I am substituting this in 2. So I determine the pressure. So for Z I am giving what? N over V f of t. So pressure will be kT will be there, f of t will get cancelled, so PV, that will be equal to nkt. This is the ideal gas equation. So we are obtaining this in the grand canonical formalism. PV is equal to nkt. Similarly, U is set V kT square f prime of t, that we have seen here. U is set V kT square f prime of t. Now for Z I am substituting this n over V f of t, that I am substituting here. So I get U as equal to nkt square f prime of t over f of t. So this is the expression for the energy. Now in simple cases, this f of t is directly proportional to a certain power of t. Okay, in simple cases, this function of t for ideal gas, that is proportional to a certain power of t. So I can write f of t as proportional to t to the power n. So f of t is proportional to t to the power n. So I can write this as t to the power n. F of t is t to the power n. F prime of t will be n t to the power n minus 1. Okay, so U is equal to this. So when there is cancellations, I will finally get this as equal to n kT. Okay, n small n times n kT, that is the average energy of the system. If I calculate the specific heat capacity to constant volume, I simply differentiate this with respect to temperature, so I will get small n, capital N K. Okay, now the Helmholtz free energy. Helmholtz free energy is this nkt log Z minus kT, the log of the grand partition function, which is basically Q, the Q potential. For Q potential, I am substituting what? For Q potential is this set Vf of t, so that I am substituting here. So this will be nkt log Z minus kT. This is log of the grand partition function Q, that is set Vf of t. Now once again I substitute for set from 1. Set is this n over Vf of t, so that I am substituting here. So I will get A is equal to Helmholtz free energy is equal to nkt log Z minus nkt. Okay, so this is the expression for Helmholtz free energy of classical ideal gas.